Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something really interesting, how companies are building a whole new digital workforce, and they're doing it with AI agents right inside Workday.
Okay, let's just dive right in. This quote from Workday's CTO, it just hits the nail on the head, right? We're seeing this massive shift away from just using software to, actively creating with it. And the key ingredient driving all this is a super powerful new kind of AI.
So what this shift is leading to is what you could call a brand new digital workforce. And look, it's not about replacing people, which is, a big fear. It's really about augmenting them with these intelligent, autonomous assistants that are powered by a technology called Agentic AI. And here's the thing you really have to get. These are not your average chatbots that just answer simple questions. No way. You have to think of them as actual digital colleagues. Seriously. They can understand a goal, figure out all the steps needed to get there, even across different systems, and then just get it done, all on their own.
Okay, that's the high-level idea, but let's make it super concrete with a real-world example. We're going to focus on one of the biggest headaches for, pretty much any company, recruiting and getting new people onboarded.
Oh man, we've all been there, right? The headaches of recruiting and onboarding. Just think about all those endless manual tasks, the constant back and forth emails, just trying to get a status update, all that friction that just slows everything down when you're trying to hire someone great.
And this slide, wow, it just lays it out so clearly. On the left, you've got the old way, that slow manual slog, but on the right, you have an AI agent that acts like this tireless assistant, automating all that administrative work so that your recruiters and hiring managers can actually focus on the human stuff.
And when you look at the numbers from companies that are already doing this, the results are, they're pretty staggering. We're seeing data that shows recruiters can handle over 50% more work, and the time it takes to get a new person fully onboarded and ready to go is slashed by a massive 85%.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds amazing, but how in the world do I actually build one of these things that understands my company's specific way of doing things?
Well, this is the key right here. Workday went out and made a really smart move by acquiring a company called Flowwise. And this wasn't just another tech buy, it was a huge signal that they want to put the power to create AI into their customers' hands.
I love this analogy because it just makes it click instantly. Think of it like Figma, but for back-end AI applications. So just like a designer uses Figma to visually build a user interface, you can now use Flowwise to visually build these really powerful AI workflows. And the best part? You don't have to be some kind of coding genius to do this. We're talking about a visual drag-and-drop system. You connect the blocks to your secure Workday data, you set the rules, and boom, you can launch it right into the apps your team already uses, like Slack or Teams. You could literally build a prototype for a new agent in an afternoon.
So what can you build with this? The sky's the limit, really. You could build that recruiting agent we've been talking about, or an onboarding agent that gets IT access and training set up automatically. You can automate all those high-volume repetitive tasks across HR and finance.
Okay, but let's be real. Once you start building not just one, but maybe dozens of these little digital workers, a whole new problem pops up. How do you manage them all? How do you make sure they're secure?
And this is a huge deal, especially for IT and security folks. You just can't have these shadow agents running around doing who knows what. You need a central system, a single source of truth, to keep an eye on your entire digital workforce.
So Workday's answer to this is something they call the Agent System of Record, or ASOR for short. And it's a really clever idea. It basically treats every single agent like a digital employee. Each one gets a unique, verifiable ID, it's assigned a role with very specific permissions, every single thing it does is logged, and you can even track its performance and its ROI.
So when you pull it all together, what's the big takeaway here? What does all of this really mean for how we're going to work in the future?
The big picture here is that the future of work isn't a choice between people or AI agents. It's about people and agents, working together seamlessly. The idea is to build this dynamic, intelligent organization where everyone, human or digital, is doing what they do best to make things faster and more innovative.
So, with these powerful but easy-to-use tools now available, the question isn't about the technology anymore. The real question is, what are you going to build first? I'm curious to see what you come up with. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.